so sick and tired of bottling this up. Some of you guys need to wake up. Wake up. You are literally such a joy and a pleasure and a gift to be around. So many people talk about it behind your back. Yeah, you literally light up every single room that you have ever entered, and you contribute positively to every single situation. Like, wake up. Figure it out. God. Top of the morning to you. Oh, good morning. Good morning, good morning. 4:37 in the morning. I've got to cover this boob light behind me. Not my fave look in the home. We don't love a boob light. 4:36. Early bird gets the worm. I'm just kidding. I'm up way too early. I'm not actually supposed to be up for another couple of hours, but I'm anxious. Anxious boy. And that's what it is. I'm doing dishes. My hair is absolutely gorgeous. This is real. This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. You already fucking know, Camp Rock. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. And I let the light shine on me. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. Or this is real. This is me. Wait. Was I just singing This Is Me from Greatest Showman? Or was I just singing a song from Camp Rock by Demi Lovato? Can anyone clarify? Phone a friend. I have to turn the camera off because I need to reach the coffee machine. Love you. Honestly, I don't know what my hair is, and this video is already so chaotic, so. Morning. How do you take your coffee? Would you like some coffee? Can't seem to get the coffee filters. There they go. You know what they say about Folgers in your cup. Personally, I forgotten in this moment what they had said about the Folgers in your cup, but something about it. There was something about the Folgers in your cup, wasn't there? Let me know in the comments. If you don't mind, you could just let me know there in the comments. I sure would appreciate it. You never did tell me how you like your coffee. Depending on how much anxiety I have in my life at the time, will usually indicate what time I'm waking up. And if I have more anxiety, I'm waking up earlier. If I have less, the opposite is true. And there's something about waking up and going for a walk. I used to describe it like you're kind of up before the day begins, right? Because there's this small little window where everyone's still kind of getting into their morning and easing into things, and if you take it slow enough and you listen, well, not for the, you gotta ignore the plane and the cars. You hear the birds chirping. You can smell the dew in the air on the leaves. The light bouncing off the houses is pink and orange. I really do love where I live. I'm so thankful for every single part of my life. I'm seriously so thankful for my loving heart. I'm so thankful for like the intention that I have in just whoever I've become and who I was and who I'm gonna continue to be. Everyone I know, everyone I've met, everyone I've I just cannot stop feeling grateful for the unfoldment of my life, even when things are so intense and difficult. Does that make sense? And I love that about myself. That is one quality I just am absolutely obsessed with about me. Gosh, I'm so optimistic. Like, even to my own detriment maybe sometimes, but is that even possible? Is it possible to even, like, I just literally can't even entertain the bullshit. Like, I think a lot of people want me to be different than I am or show up differently than I am in different ways or something, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'm just gonna love everything. Sorry. When you're reinventing, it's a beautiful thing. It's scary, terrifying to shatter the expectations and images of what anybody thought of you. But the reality is that I, as well as every single other person on this planet, arrives in your life with lifetimes already lived. But I don't go into my own story too often, but I've lived so much. Like, and then I haven't lived at all in so many ways. And so it's just so interesting to be an artist interpreting all of it in this new way with no expectations at all. And it was pretty amazing because it's like, if I were hung up on the views, that would be horrible because there's literally no one watching. But I just have to believe that, like, there is forces beyond us watching. And the growth that is taking place inside of me, the storm brewing inside of me, is absolutely beautiful. It's colorful, limitless. You know, it's bold, it's open, it's honest, it's authentic, it's whatever it wants to be. It doesn't even know what it is. It can't articulate itself. Patty Quake is this entity that that life has kind of sandwiched me into, and I'm just bursting in all these new wonderful ways because of just the emotional turmoil going on inside of me based on how I'm perceiving my circumstances of life, and like how amazing that I have a medium and an outlet, like a healthy outlet in order to just pour it into, right? And my biggest fear is that people are just gonna hate me, right? And they might, but I just have to be okay with that. I can't care about that anymore. You guys don't understand, like, the weight, or you do probably actually understand. If you're watching this, if you're vibing with anything I'm currently doing, there's a chance you understand what that feels like to just, in any part of your life, at any time. I mean, my whole life, I feel like, in different ways, has informed this wonderful, like, creative voice that I have developed in so many different mediums, by the way. It's not just Patty Quake. Like, you guys are seeing music right now. I don't even know what genre you would call this music, because I'm not thinking about it in terms of that. I don't want to. I think that's limiting. So I'm just gonna continue. The fires are insane right now. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get off my phone. Bye. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. I have client work today. I'm filming on the fly, you know? And I think there's something really cool about that for these vlog style videos, but I also really love doing those, like, researched, kind of sit down, almost rants, right? Like, my point of view on like niche subjects of creativity. I love doing things like that. Let me know what you prefer, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Or maybe you like both. Maybe there's something to both. You know, I think I said this in another video, but if your art is that important to you, you know, you'll figure out a way. And the lovely thing about the internet is that you don't necessarily have to be in a certain location to be making the art that you want. So there's no reason that you can't be living in a different part of the world and be doing exactly what you want to be doing. And that's just the beautiful thing about the internet. And I would love for that to be my life someday. I really love this outlet, this content creation outlet. And I really appreciate the few of you who are here so far. It's really been cool to see your guys' comments, and it makes me feel encouraged, because I don't know if I express this very much, but it took so many years and so much time for me to really like be able to step into this space and share, because I never really felt like I had anything to share of value. And that was convoluted for so many different reasons, but I really feel like now I'm really at a place of peace in my life, you know, my self-perception, my own intention. I had someone call me a narcissist in one of my first videos, and I don't really know why. I think it had something to do with my comment about how I like clothes. You know, so, and I get that, like, that can be perceived as vain. I totally understand that. From my perspective, this channel, I always want to be talking about creative conversations, and I want that to be the through line here. The intention behind why I was sharing that I like clothes is because I like the creative aspect of self-expression that it brings to me individually. I grew up as a young, emotional Chicago boy with outbursts and creative thoughts and feelings that I couldn't quite articulate, and the people around me were doing everything that they could to help me articulate it, but I was just bursting open, and I would have these emotional fits of rage even because I was just feeling so much. And I remember that I would be so expressive in all these beautiful, creative, vibrant, colorful ways as I became more into childhood, and certain things happened, and I was scared back in. I kind of remember over time, it felt like the outside world was sort of encouraging me to be smaller, you know? And I think I subconsciously kept living that out because I was afraid that I wasn't allowed to be expressive in these ways, even though I've been out in Los Angeles for 10 years. When I'm given permission to be in that space, I come alive in ways that I can't in my normal life. It's cathartic, it's healing, it's maybe a bit gratuitous, but I like to think that it's helpful for someone else. I mean, maybe possibly my own inherent artist's mind sharing thoughts that someone out there may possibly somehow latch onto and relate to, and that this content might actually encourage them to lean in to be more of the artist that they are being called to be. That is the intention on this channel. You know, when I'm feeling insecure or not good enough, and I have to try to like prove that I'm good enough, you know, like, and then I'll kind of peacock, and even when I'm doing that, I'm actively aware that I'm doing that because I'm insecure. Like, I'm a Leo. We just kind of do that. And also, I guess, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like, we are a little bit vain, something I don't love about myself, but working on it. We're all just working on stuff, you know? This community here, we're down to be non-judgmental as we all work on stuff. Like, that's the type of community I invite. That's the type of community I involve myself in. And so, okay, I need to get to work here. And if anybody ever wants to hire me to make their content, please feel free to reach out. DM me on Instagram, or don't. Let me jump off here and get some work done. I just got back from the gym. Please forgive my whatever, doesn't matter. I have a friend from Chicago, a chef named Antonella. Shout out to Antonella. She's an amazing chef. She's coming out to LA next week, and she is going to be cooking for 2 days straight to help support the LA fire victims and the frontline workers. She used to live out here for many years with her wife, Siobhan, and so LA has just a special place in their heart. Anyway, I'm setting up the GoFundMe right now to see if I can crowdsource any money for groceries, providing love and intention and sustenance that is literally the fuel that is sustaining these families in need and fueling the frontline workers to continue to work to contain this. You have to fall so deeply in love with every single aspect of yourself. You don't have to, but it's if you want to experience all that the universe has for you available in the present, it's a good idea to continue to pour love into yourself over and over and over, and reckon with those difficult places inside of yourself, so that you can release judgment around places within you, so that you can see the world as it is, which is entirely full of love. And then you'll have no choice but to experience love, because you experience yourself as love. And if that brings a storybook romance into your life, or my life, or anyone's life in this collective, ooh, let it be.